On exhibit are two genuine leaves from 1629. The 1629 edition of the Bible, printed in Cambridge, was edited for the correction of earlier printing errors. Two of the men that worked on this proofreading process were Dr. Samuel Ward and John Boyce, who had both worked on the original translation in 1611. Also on display is a facsimile edition of the 1640 Bay Psalm book. This was the first book printed in America. Good Bible-based music sets the tone for the preaching that follows. During this time in history, the printing of the English Bible was illegal except by the king's printers. So it should then come as no surprise to learn that it was a hymnal printed in 1640 that was the first book printed in English in North America. It was published just 2 decades after the Mayflower carried the Pilgrims to the New World. This book became known as the Bay Psalm book, although the full title and description was "The Whole Book of Psalms Faithfully Translated into English Meter, whereunto is prefixed a discourse declaring not only the lawfulness, but also the necessity of the heavenly ordinance of singing Scripture psalms in the churches of God." This book, which translated the book of Psalms into metrical rhyme for congregational singing, allowed the pilgrims to literally sing their praises to God. Looking at Psalm 23. From the Bible for preaching. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Now from the Bay Psalm book for singing. The Lord to me a shepherd is, want therefore shall not I. He in the folds of tender grass doth cause me down to lie. The Bay Psalm book was adopted throughout the colonies and remained in use for well over a century. While this book has been credited as being the first book printed in America, it would be more accurate to say that it was not only the first book printed in America, but also the first book written in and exported from America. These additional features add to the prestige it already holds in the world of rare books. Only 11 copies of the first edition of 1700 survived, and of these only 5 are complete. One sold at auction in 2013 for a record $14.165 million, making it the most expensive book in the world. The Eliot Indian Bible was the first Bible published in North America. He translated the entire 66 books of the English Bible in about 14 years. He translated the Bible from an unwritten American Indian language into a written alphabet that the Algonquin Indians could read and understand. He was the only missionary to make a new alphabet from an unwritten language for purposes of teaching scriptures in over 1,000 years. The cost of this production to promote and propagate the gospel of Jesus Christ in New England were paid for by donations collected in England and Wales. On the left is the cover page of the Eliot Indian Bible. Shown, it's translated to mean the whole, holy, his Bible, God, both Old Testament and also New Testament. This turned by the servant of Christ who is called John Eliot. And on the right, there's a first page of the Genesis.